Previously on Raider Power Lady Raider Basketball.
I pray that you would bless them. I pray that you would take that talent, anoint it, put your super on your natural, that they're able to do supernatural things for you.
Ever since I played for Coach Curry, I mean, prayer has been very important to us before we go on the floor.
You know, get out there and give all that we can, and I think that's an important part of, you know, teams across the country in their pregame, and it's an important part of ours.
You know, we all are here together, and we have to stick together, and praying as a team has always been important.
We're family. I wouldn't just say just the coaching staff and the players. We are just basically a real, good family. Great chemistry on and off the court.
And so it's just kind of a time to get together and know that we're there for each other and try to reemphasize the one team, one family concept that we talk about.
Everybody stay together, have each other's back. Let's go, y'all. Have some fun, okay?
We've had some great crowds that we've been a part of on the road, at Baylor, at Nebraska, at Kansas. But there's not been a student group I've seen that's been as good as our students have been. You know, the double T is powerful, and when we can all be on the same page as the Texas Tech family, I think it's special.
What makes it special, makes the atmosphere so great is having your student section there yelling, being crazy, being loud. It's all about the crowd being involved, and especially a situation where we need to get a stop, or you're telling the crowd to get up and start yelling, or go on a run now, we're fixing to make a run on this team, and the crowd gets louder. So again, you wanted to have that home court advantage.
Oh, the student section, I love the student section. They're always, talking noise to the referees, they're cheering us on, talking noise to, the other team.
Just how many relationships they have away from the floor because of their classes, and how those students come and support them. And when you can have a relationship, it makes that support that much more special.
At the end of the day, you want that team saying, God, that crowd was unbelievable at Texas Tech, and that's what we're trying to build here.
It's just an educational experience in itself for the kids, a chance to see different parts of the country that if you weren't playing basketball, you would never have the opportunity to see, and it's just a great educational experience.
During my AAU team, we traveled a lot, but now I'm actually traveling. It's really nice, and I'm doing it for a purpose. It's nice.
I mean, I don't think you ever want to pass up an opportunity for them to grow, as people, and to see different things and experience different areas of the country, because you never know. I mean, they may not have had a chance to have been there previously, and they may not have a chance to go back.
Always with your roommate 24/7, so that's my roommate right there. You can swing it around. That's Hales. She doesn't talk much, but it's nice.
Every time we travel, we have different roommates in the preseason, and as we head into conference season, you start to see, that roommate evolve that maybe you wouldn't have thought would have been their roommate. It's great to see the kids build relationships that are different maybe than the roommates they have on campus, and it's great to see them come together.
You see different parts of people and how they are and how they respond to certain things. Yeah, it's nice. That's when you really get to know each other.
I love the chats that we have and the laughs that we have and the bond that we get to enjoy.
The special part about any athletic and event or team is the bonding and the stuff that happens away from the floor as much as what happens on the floor. I mean, I think I remember as much stuff that happened, out of basketball, out of the arena, as I do that, whether it was a last-second shot or winning a conference title or something like that.
We see each other every day, but
when we go out for dinner, sometimes it feels like we haven't seen each other in a while. So we just get together and laugh and smile. It's always a good time.
You know, learning how to travel is so important, whether it's getting on the bus, the plane, going to the hotel, eating dinner, just how you hold yourself and how you handle yourself. And so much more goes into 94 feet than just playing basketball.
The better you understand each other, I think, the more inclined you are to fight for each other on the floor and be one as a team.
It's about togetherness, it's about a team spirit, a camaraderie. It's all so important.
You know, at the end of the day, you can have that conversation 3 or 4 years down the line and say, hey, you remember when we used to do this and all those different things. Those kids are, you know, have those friendships off the floor. And I think that, you know, if anybody was in trouble, if they needed something, they will have each other's backs and they'll be there to support them no matter what. And those are the relationships that you build the 4 years when you're here playing with a teammate.
We have a lot of downtime, so we kind of hang out as a team, and you're with your roommate a lot, which is nice. And it's fun. It's experiencing new things with one another. It's a lot of fun.
It's a real travel experience for our fans as much as our players, and you build relationships. And you know, some of the closest people in my life are fans, you know, from Purdue or Texas Tech that, you know, become like family to you.
You get to commingle with the girls, the coaches, and the other fans, and there's a lot of interaction with all of us.
You get to know who they are, you know, what they do in the community, and you know, after that's all said and done, you know, you always can definitely go back and check on them and see how they're doing. They follow you, so it's a great experience.
It is. It's wonderful. We're very thankful for them. They're always so sweet.
They're our biggest fan base, and you know, they're the sweetest of the sweet. So when they come with us, I always enjoy their company. I always enjoy their praise. It's just they're so humble, and then they humble me.
They're supporting you on the road, and when we don't, you know, have a lot of fans places, sometimes it's nice, and it just makes the trip more enjoyable. You know, having them around and kind of entertaining them. It's fun.
The home crowd is such a sixth man for the other team, and to know that you've got some folks behind your bench that are just as excited to be there, it means a lot to have their support and for them to get to hop on that charter with us and go to dinner with us. And
well, we just enjoy the Lady Raiders and watching them play.
Yes, they love the Lady Raiders, and we love them too.
When the fans come around, it's nice having them on the plane, and when we get off the plane, they're there, and after games, they're cheering us, even win or loss. It's nice. It's really cool.
It's a great experience. These kids, you know, continue to get to know folks, and it's just it's a wonderful experience for everyone.
They're just there because they love Texas Tech and Texas Tech athletics, and they want to support it any way they can. They enjoy the girls and going to the games and just being a part of it, and we love to have them. It's been really good. It seems like every time the fans have gone, we've played really well.
You know, our Director of Operations, Grant Fawcett, is unbelievable. I mean, he's one of the best in the country, and he really makes travel simple for our team and our staff, and it's one worry that we don't have. We get to coach, and the players get to play.
Sometimes I think Grant probably has the most difficult job when you have that many people in a travel party, just dealing with events that are out of your control, weather, traffic, just so many different variables that come into play that you may not think about on a daily basis, but he just has a lot to deal with as far as getting us where we need to be.
It's a lot of work that goes into it. You know, Grant does a lot, you know, and you sit there, you appreciate those things that he does.
There's a lot of details that, you know, are involved before you even get to the basketball game. From hotels to charter flights to charter buses to feeding the team to ticket requests. There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes before we even get to tip-off.
He is phenomenal with those things, and it helps us, you know, keep us steady. We don't have to focus on all those other things. We can focus on the games and everything else. He takes care of all that stuff for us.
You know, it's one less worry that our coaching staff has to think about, and one less thing that our players have to think about. Everything's so planned out ahead of time, and it's a lot of fun to go on the trips because everything is so organized.
You know, we get there, we get to practice, shoot around the day of the game. You know, everything goes right so that something that I'm in charge of doesn't distract us from, you know, when we tip off later that evening.
It's so important, you know, to eliminate any distractions that you have, and it's hard enough to go into Big 12 environment on the road and compete because of the big crowds you see on the women's side, and any little thing that we can take away as far as the distractions, you know, Grant plays a big part in that, and It's just a blessing to have him. He does such a great job.
You can just worry about basketball. You know, you follow the itinerary. You know you're supposed to be down at breakfast at 9 and get on the bus at 10:15, and it makes it so much easier that you don't have to worry about all that stuff, and you can just focus on getting yourself ready and getting the team ready, and you know, just basketball. And so it makes a huge difference.
There's no itinerary with the baby. It's strictly what that baby wants at that moment in time. Trust me, I'm very well planned out and like my plans, but I've had to kind of back off with that with a newborn.
Probably not. Not if his was like my two. I know that they're not following it.
Yeah, I tried that the first night, and that's not really working too well. So.